Peace, family. Peace. What's good, family? We've had a crazy old week. Goodness gracious. It's been a crazy week for me. I'm not gonna lie, fam. Everyone come on in. Everyone come and sit down. Take your seat at the table. Ultra Funky's in the building. Already locked in. Good. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. Come on in. Shaka G's up in here. Good. Shaka G. Yo. Nama's in here. Okay. Lemon Egg's in here. Vincent Bradley's up. Okay. Adoink's in. Okay. Whoa. Kiss Spence. Robert Power. You're going too fast for me, guys. J Boogie's up in here. What? And I like the name J Boogie, as a matter of fact. Ridgeway Rob. Lady Divine's up in the building. What? Rich Will. Janet Higgins. Rednax Ella. Yo. Stephen All Ein. Okay. Dopa's in the building. JJ's up in here too. Okay. Oh. Che Bold's up in here. Khalil Benjamin's up in here. Stay Focused is up in the building. Yo, that's right. Good, everyone. Good. Introduce yourself to the fam. It's good to see everyone around. You know, it's good to see everyone up. You know, it is 12:18 over here right now. So, you know, I guess we got a lot to talk about, family. Ellie Hammond's up in the building. Bigger Velly's here. What? The whole gang is coming up in here. Tell the gang, man. Tell a friend. Get the whole gang up in here. Tariq, was that Tariq? Ellingneed. Sorry, I'm going to bastardize people's names today. True Examples here. J Smith 22K's up in here. What Betty Wars up in here. John Smith's here. Okay, Callum Q, that's good. 69 people up in here. Start liking the thing, family. Muhammad Akbar's up in here. Okay. Black Armor's here. Okay, fam. It's opinion desk time. VV Spencer, what's good? It's opinion desk time, folks. Come on. Fire some questions right at me. I'll give you my opinion. You know? JR's up in here. Focus Chap. Glenn McBurney. Jay Nish. M. Cinco. We rocked Speaker's Corner yesterday, said family. Okay. I am that. Shower G. Said, big bro, your brother. He's my brother. From another mother. Yeah, he's my brother. 82 people up in here. That's good. 27 likes. Come on, family. Like up the thing. I am that says, what do you think about yesterday? Well, listen, I'm at home, right? Just like sipping on my Wakanda juice. Watching it all go down, you know? Like, we saw some good stuff, you know? We saw some good debates come out of it. People were talking, you know? I guess free speech reigned yesterday, but, you know, we saw some really silly movements, you know, yesterday as well, man. We saw some fights that didn't need to break out. All of that stuff. I wasn't really impressed by the violence there. But, you know, I'm glad the family went down there, represented. Porky's View says 400 schools evacuated over bomb threats in the UK. Really? Okay. Che Bolton, you could expand the debate platform with guests. Okay. You can't read my mind. Yeah, yesterday at Speaker's Corner, man, it seemed like, you know, the numbers there were crazy. The numbers there were absolutely crazy. I had never ever seen, and I told you, Speaker's Corner is going to be like a roadblock, man. It's going to be like crazy out there. So, you know, yeah, once Tommy put in the call, it was like, okay, everybody's down there. Let's do this. So, you know, I guess he read the speech. Okay, you can agree or disagree with the speech, family. You know, you can actually agree or disagree. It's actually up to your opinion. I'm sorry, it's up to you. You can have your opinion on it. You don't have to agree. You can disagree. You can write a speech of your own, right? To disagree with what the speech that was read out, you know? That's what free speech is all about. You can disagree with something, and then you can write a speech, and you can go there, and you can have your say. Yeah, so that's what the family have to understand. That's what it's like living in a country that is about free speech, you know? And I think, you know, anytime people want to take that away, X-Man says, I lost respect for you and Big Bro. Really? Why? Please let the fan know. Anonymous Singh said, Omar fucked up as expected. Listen, I saw Omar hit a policeman in the face with a stick and I was like, that's not gonna end well. That is not gonna end well for Omar. So boy, you know, I can't speak on another man. That's what he done. He's now got to take, you know, whatever comes with that. You know what I'm saying? So I've told people already, be careful of the doors that you open. I've always said that to people. Yeah. A lot of people tend to have like short-term, you know, knee-jerk reactions, not thinking, how is this actually going to pan out for me if I do this? You know, how is this actually going to pan out? You know, so I'm telling you, like, you know, people have to think about their actions. Like, it's really that simple. Like, get emotion. And this is what I said to people about being emotionally led. If you're constantly emotionally led, you know, like, and you don't use this, listen, man, it's not going to be a very good life for you. I'm telling you, you can be emotionally led, but sometimes we got to learn to take our emotions off the table and think like, you know what? How's this going to end up? How's it going to end up me hitting a policeman in the face? How's that going to end up? My wife's not going to, I'm not going to see my wife for a while. My children are going to be there. You know what I mean? All of those things have to go through your head before you do something like that. You know? Like, and a lot of people just think knee-jerk reaction. Oh, Titans TV, like, we live. Titans TV's in the building. We live, baby. We live. So, yeah, like, people need to learn to be less emotional. And I just think a lot of people are emotionally led. I'm trying to, you know, kind of bring back thought, you know? Think first before you do something. Think first. So if people can't get that and they're just so emotionally led that they do something stupid and now they sit, because I guarantee you're going to sit down in a jail cell like, what the hell did I just do? And you're looking to your left, you're looking to your right, and you got some real goons up in there, and you're like, I don't think I'm supposed to be here. But it's like, boy, it's too late, bro. It's actually too late, you know? You should have had foresight to know what the hell you're about to do. So, yeah, be more, you know, be more thoughtful when you do something like that. Next question, family. Who's got one? Let me go through your guys. Violence is the sidekick emotion, said J Bold. Telling you, man. Indigenous DNA says, reject Muhammad Tawi's challenge. He's trying to repair his fractured ego. Like I don't already know. Should Omar be arrested for as long as Britain First for inciting hatred towards me? It's a question. That's a question. Rising Dynasty says, Sarah, I've got a question for you. Shoot, go ahead. Abu Isan says, do you hate Islam? No, hate is a negative emotion, folks. Like, can we get that off the table? Like, hate as in the actual emotion and the energy that it brings is negative. Okay, I haven't got time to be carrying around all this negativity on my heart, on my soul, on my shoulders. You know, like, I haven't got time for it. People say hate. People use that word hate and they throw it around so easily. Like, who's got time for hate? I can try and understand something. If I understand it and try to critique it based on my understanding, then that's not hate. But, you know, the hate word is thrown around so much. It's like it's a new buzzword, you know what I mean? Like, you know, it's crazy. It's crazy. How come I've not put... Okay, hang on. Hate but disagree. Yeah, of course I disagree with the ideology of Islam. I disagree with a lot of ideologies. Says Abil Abaxul. I don't know, Abaxul. Yeah, I disagree with the ideology, but that's okay. That's what the actual thing down at Speaker's Corner was about yesterday. The guy, Martin Sellner, delivered a speech, or was going to deliver a speech. You can disagree with it. You can disagree with Martin Sellner's whole ideology. So what? It doesn't mean you got to kill the man. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, doesn't mean his life's got to be threatened. Like, I really do despair that people can't get that it's okay to disagree with an ideology, right, and disagree with it wholeheartedly, but still keep your life. You know. Mathan Shepherd says Sarah was good. So do I think Omar will be punished? Says my name is irrelevant. Probably. You know, I mean, I don't think you can hit a policeman and not, you know, get punished. You know, I don't think you can hit a policeman and not get punished. So let's see how that pans out for him. So I don't know, you know, like people need to, first of all, get rid of this hate speech thing. Like, people can criticize your ideology. Like, as I said to people, if you don't like your ideology being criticized, then just keep it to yourself and go home and sit in your house, you know, like. But if you go out into the world and say, listen, guys, this is great, people are going to be like, all right, let me see it. If it's great, let me have a look. When they look at it and they're like, no, don't like that bit. No, don't like that bit. That bit sounds a bit weird. You're like, you can't say that. It's like, well, you said it was great, and I just looked at it and I said it wasn't. So why are you so angry about that? You know, it's weird. Like, people are actually, I don't know, it's a very weird way of thinking. You can't tell me that you've got the best thing, right? And then I look at it and I say, nah, it's not the best thing, because did you see that bit? And did you see that bit? And you go absolutely nuts for me saying that. Bro, all right, well then just stay home and, you know, just talk to your family about it or something. But don't come out here and say that it's the best thing and then get crazy against people that don't like it. Damn, like, it's weird. You guys are weird, man. It's a very weird, to me, it's a very weird way of thinking in this world. X-Man said, Sarah, do you condemn the fight started by the EDL thugs? If the EDL thugs, I put that in brackets because that was your word, not mine, started a fight, then yeah, I told people before in my video, to keep the peace. Don't go in there for violence. I'm not advocating any violence on either side. I do not advocate violence on either side, okay? Because like I said, I always use this, you know, and I feel like it's a better way of winning people over by using that, you know? John Smith says, Sarah, why does Dan have balls of steel? I don't know what his balls are like, mate. I'm telling you. Black Armor says, I like the idea of Sarah meets interviews, but next time try and be a bit more punchy. The interview was a complete letdown. How come you didn't challenge him on the black man that attacked him in Italy? Okay, so I said this on my video. There are actually two videos. There are actually two videos. Tommy Robinson filmed an interview with me, right? And I filmed an interview with him. So the content that Tommy Robinson's actually got, he's got it. I don't have it. The content that I have, I've got, Tommy doesn't have it. And I said this on the actual, if you go on the video, it says there's two interviews here. So if you guys want to see the other interview, you better holler Tommy, you know? You better like holler Tommy. There's another interview that's totally different from my one with Tommy. So, yeah. Grace P's in the building from down under Australia. Okay. Australia's up in the building. Oh, the trolls are back in here. Trolls are back in here, family. You know, haters are back in. Sarah, what did you make of the police at the park yesterday? From what I saw, I guess the police did an okay job at the park, if I'm totally honest. I think the police did an okay job at the park. Yeah, I guess they calmed things down where they could, you know. I mean, what more do you want them to do? Do you know what I mean? Another question, fam. Sarah, are you part of the BLM? I don't know what that is, James Smith. If it's something that's trolling, please, I beg. I haven't got time for it. Let's read. Sorry, family. When are you coming to New York? You'd love to come here We've come time to speak. Stephen, I was in New York last year in November. I did a talk there in November. You missed it, man. But I might come back. Well, I'm definitely going to come back this year, as a matter of fact. I'm definitely going to come back this year. Yeah, that's on the cards for, I think, summertime, going to New York. So, yeah. BLM is Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. I'm undecided. Sarah, would you like to live under Sharia? Nope. No, thank you very much. It says mega true talk. No, I don't. I don't want to live under Sharia. Why would I want to? I'm not a Muslim. Like, you know, I'm a quote unquote secular. So secular laws for secular people. I don't want to live under the Sharia. Wok Media now says, what's your view of the Shia? I've always said to people, I said ideologically, I may disagree with Islam as an ideology, but the Shia seemed like some of the coolest people in Islam. You know, I'm just saying. Plus, they got the best barbers out of the Muslims. I'm letting you know, the Shias guys are always got the best shape ups. They got the slickest beards. I'm like, yo, these guys are like, you know, like they actually take care of themselves. Well groomed guys, well groomed. They got the best barbers, them Shia guys. Where were you yesterday? Listen, I was working yesterday, dog. I was working, man. You know, I wasn't even in London yesterday. So the truth, wasn't even in London. Hijab was playing general and lined them up like a military formation. Watch the videos. Okay. Is Islam not the third coming? I don't know. Listen, people keep saying like, this is what I want people to know, yeah? People, because Lady Divine just said, let me snipe that sample, basically kick him out of the chat. I think people need to understand something. Trolling people, yeah, and quote unquote haters are going to actually be a part of your life. They're going to be a part of your life. Do you know what I'm saying? And so it's like, I actually want people to see sometimes it gets a little bit like, it pees me off a little bit. I'm like, get rid of him. But sometimes I want people to see the levels that people go to when they're emotionally led. Remember, I talk about being emotionally led. People are emotionally led, you know? Like, all this emotion that people got flying around, and I guarantee that person will call himself a man. Yeah? And I've said this before, there are a lot of men acting like women on their periods around here. I'm telling you. You know, no disrespect to the ladies, you know what I'm saying? But a woman PMSing is not a nice thing, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of these guys, yeah, are acting like that. And I'm like, yo, guys, just man up, innit? Like, man up, chill out. Like, it's okay to have a different opinion with someone, you know what I'm saying? But, like, just chill out. You ain't got to be so emotional, bro. Like, you can actually sit down and have a conversation with someone. Hijab was crying like a bitch afterwards. It was hilarious. Says Casing. Listen, you guys probably got inside information that I don't even know, you know, like, because I wasn't down there. I've just got to watch the videos. I saw Callum's live stream on it. I did see Callum's live stream. Oh, what did you think? A call came in. A call came in, family. I'm sorry. A call came in. I had to X the call off. I don't even remember what I was saying. Rafe says Hamid hit someone with a stick. Yeah, I saw that actually. I saw that. Oh, people say it's a joke. What? Yesterday I saw a guy spill his Scrabble letters on the road. I asked him, what's the word on the street? Funny. Very funny. I've got a sense of humor. That was actually quite funny. Yeah, I was saying this whole emotionally led thing, I'm just not on it, guys, yeah? I'm not on it. Like, I'm not being led by emotion nowadays. So if grown-ass men want to be led by emotion, that's on them. Yeah, that's actually on them. But me, nah, I'm cool. Nama says, Sarah, after watching the support for Tom Robertson yesterday, do you think Black needs to do more to support Black African nationalism or African nationalism, and how do you believe you can best organize yourself as a movement? Now, I said already to Tommy that I'm a nationalist and a black nationalist, and I said I've taken that stance purely based off of the way in which the social economic ladder is, is set up. We can see no matter where we go, as like I said, black people occupy the bottom of the social economic ladder globally. So if we all have a shared experience, we need to actually band together. And Tommy actually asked, oh, but is that to the extent of, it's not to the detriment of anyone. This is what I'm trying to say. People keep thinking that it's to the detriment, like, people are going to start picking up arms and start cutting off heads. That's not us. No shade, but that's not us. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, but it's about practicing an ideology that works for you. Like I said, Chinese people work for the betterment of Chinese people, and so do Indians, and so do all other countries. So black people working for the betterment of Africans in general doesn't, you know what I mean? It's like, if people are scared of that, then I say that will show people's fear more so than, my ideology. Allied Atheists Alliance said, I don't agree with Martin Sellner, but the larger point here was his right to speak. I think it was a victory. There you go. People don't like what I say. And look, they're in the comment section right now talking from their heart. That's the world, man. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's actually the world. You can't please everyone. Even Jesus Christ had haters. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what they say. Even Jesus Christ had haters, right? I'm not saying I'm Jesus Christ. I don't believe in him. But I'm just saying, what it means is that you can't actually please everyone. You can't please everyone. It's not possible, And I think people need to actually realize that not everyone can be pleased. So work for yourself, work what feels good for you, and everyone else can just peace out, because you got to do what you feel is best for you. Red Diesel says, Big Bro needs more coverage. He's a voice of reason. Big Bro has got an interview with me. We did it the same day as Tommy Robinson. And that should be out soon. That's what I'm going to say. It should be out soon. So you guys can see more of Big Bro on my channel. I sat down with Big Bro and we had a little conversation. Bum, 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 bum. You make sense, says Rainley. People naturally have their quote-unquote clans' best interests at heart. Of course they do. It's like, I said, I don't begrudge anyone having their clan's best interests at heart, because that's what you do with your clan, okay? My family, I'm going to be looking after that. I'm going to be looking out for them first. I tell you that. You guys can be cool with me, but I know that you're going to be looking out for your clan first. And that's how people work. It doesn't mean we can't have conversations, talk, have a drink, have a laugh, disagree, and all of that. That's actually fine. That's how the world works, man. Damn. Bum, 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 bum. Let's see. Midnight Marauder. If you want to speak with a rational Muslim who does not lead with emotion, discuss with Asadullah Ali and Delisi. Okay. Anonymous thinks his brother put those videos up again. They're coming. It's coming. It's coming. Academic Screeches. That's called racism, Sarah. That's not how people work. Do you know what I haven't got time for? I haven't got time for the lies and the burying the head in the sand type stuff. I've said to people already, we are all race prejudiced to some degree. All of us. We're fed race prejudice every day via all outlets. If you think there have been countless studies done about unconscious and subconscious racial bias. Not quote unquote racism, but racial bias. There have been times where, people have flashed, pictures on the screen and asked them to tell people just in a split second what you think of that person. Criminal, thug, lawyer, blah, 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 da, 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 da. And the unconscious biases come out, because we're actually fed racial bias on a daily basis. So if we think black people, white people, Asian people, Samoan people aren't racially biased, we're just lying to ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're actually lying to ourselves, and I haven't got time for it. I mean, Jane Elliot came to the UK a few years back. I think it was 2007. and she's a social scientist that does things around race. And she took a group of people, mixed people, and did an experiment, which she calls the brown eyes, blue eyes test, right? And she did certain experiments with them to show they, in a situation, will become race prejudice. It's just part of the way we live. Like, denying it is, I haven't got time for it. I really haven't got time for it. We just need to start being honest. We need to start being honest. And then we can move forward, you know? We move forward like that. Is steroids haram? I don't know. I don't take them. Ross Moore faster. Greetings from Tokyo. Enjoyed the band's interview with Tommy. Look forward to more interviews. Wow, we got Tokyo up in the building. Lawrence Evans said that doesn't justify racism. I'm not trying to justify racism. That's what I need people to understand. I'm not justifying anything. It's like saying, all right, it's like saying cancer exists. No one's trying to, we can talk about cancer, but no one's trying to justify cancer, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, it exists. So are we going to deny that it's there? Are we going to talk like it's not there? Or are we going to talk like it is there and it actually exists? Like, it exists. And after you talk like it exists, maybe, just maybe, we can move towards trying to eradicate something that is a detriment. Just that maybe if we start talking about cancer, we can try and eradicate it. But acting like it's not actually there, I haven't got time for it. I haven't got time for it. Marta Zero says, Sarah, what do you think the country will be like in 20 years? What country? This country, the UK. Boy, I think UK is at like a crossroads right about now, man. The UK is at a crossroads, boy. Like, it needs to make a decision. I think it needs to make a decision, and some harsh ones. I think with this whole free speech thing, I said sometimes we need to be careful that we can be sleepwalking into a dictatorship. You see, don't sleepwalk into dictatorships. When they start shutting down your free speech and your right to be able to speak about the things that you're passionate about, and they shut that down, you're slowly but surely walking into a dictatorship. You might not see it, but it'll catch up to you like, oh, damn, what law did they pass? And you're like, you can't even say that anymore. Wow, okay, cool. Fascism, cool, well, silence them. Yeah, but I don't, and it's gonna be like that, right? So just be careful about sleepwalking into dictatorships. Oh my, Simon Fly says it's a stealth dictatorship. I'm telling you guys, just be careful of what's going on, you know? As they like to say, stay woke. Stay awake, wide awake, guys, because, you know. Ella said, Sarah, what would your perfect world look like? Wow, okay. My perfect world would be everyone getting along, all races, all colors, all creeds, all religions getting along, without the ego, and without people thinking that they're better than them, or they have a right to somebody else's resources, and we have a right to, you know, enforce our religion on you and all this kind of stuff. I think ego plays a big part, okay, a huge part in the reason why human beings have disagreements. The ego and denial, you know, the ego and denial, okay? So my world would be a world without such a big ego and such denial, and where there's a little bit more balance, you know, a little bit more balance, a little bit more listening to hear other people speak, you know, and less emotion and more thinking, you know, I guess less pushing of ideologies that don't have anything factual to back them up with. Yeah, that's what my ideal world looks like. Academic Screeching says, Sarah, I'm your daddy, not the ego though. If you say so, mate. I know my daddy. It's Alim looking for it's red said, what's your opinion of the rise of black Muslim converts who come from prison? My opinion on that is, it's just my opinion. Gang mentality exists. Okay? So I'm just kind of thinking, if you go into prison is quite a gang mentality anyway. And you might have had a gang mentality before you went to prison. And so it's quite easy to get drawn into another gang. Now this quote unquote gang may go under the guise of piousness and spirituality and, divine order. But, essentially it's another gang. And so I think that's probably the reason why, because it's quite easy to join a gang if you're kind of gang mentality. If you have the gang mentality. Bum bum bum. What did that say? I don't do no form of gang, says Lady Divine. Okay. Glenn McBurney says, Sarah, why do you think families are breaking up so much in our day and age? I think the government gave much benefits to women, families to depend on each other, and now they depend on the state. Oh, nice, Glenn. I think you got a point there. I think you got a point there. I think it's very easy to leave your spouse nowadays because you can depend on the state. And I also think we live in a throwaway age. Like, we live in the throwaway age. Like, things can be here, we have this, and then it's like, nah, that's old now, let's throw it away. And people do the same thing with relationships nowadays, Like, I've got this iPhone, and it's like, well, everyone's looking for the new one. It's like, well, next year, I'm going to get the iPhone 12, It's got a better camera. Like, the iPhone 6 is still a cool camera and it's still a cool phone, but you want the iPhone 12 now, So it's like, we'll throw that one away and we'll get a new one. And I just think we live in a throw age, man. Like, and I think that seeps into everyday life. I think it seeps into the way we view relationships as well. Azilam says, wish you the superstar dreams you wish to be, my friend. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Nolia's chair says, I still got a Nokia. There you go. Still works, right? You're still on that. You're still on the live stream. It still works. Good. Michael Constant. That's definitely a Greek name. I'm guessing that's a Greek name, Michael. Hi from Australia. Mate, keep up the good work. Thank you. Hi, Sarah. Gary Morrison says, hi, Sarah. Came down all the way from Scotland. Met Steve, Callum, amongst others. Some nasty people were there yesterday. However, a good day for free speech. That's good. That's good, Gary. Rain Lee said, do you believe in racial differences? Rain Lee says that. What do you mean racial differences? Just elaborate. We can have the conversation. Do you prefer red sauce or brown? It's a random question. I like salad cream and hot sauce. Sarah, did you go uni in your younger days? I went to college, and then I went to drama college, but I didn't go to uni. No. Dopa says, Sarah, why do Muslims use physical violence to get across their message? Dopa, you'll have to ask them, I think what's happening is people are seeing a certain trend with a lot of people, and it's like, like I said, to criticize something and to get so emotional over it to the point where you want to do someone physical harm, to me shows weakness. It shows lack of emotional maturity, and it shows weakness. Like I said, in this life, if your boss said something that you didn't like, and every time your boss said something you wanted to punch him in, you punched him in the face, you wouldn't have a job. You know what I mean? Like, people that think that violence is the way constantly when somebody says something that you don't like, I don't think are gonna be people that survive into the world. Like, I don't understand that kind of mentality. It's a very childlike mentality. That's what children do. If you see children play and they don't like what the other one says, another child just slaps the other one in the face and like, what happened? He said, okay, calm down. It's not that deep. Like, and it seems like the grown adults have taken that same mentality into their adulthood. Like, you didn't like what somebody say? Okay. Do you want to slap him in the face for it? Really? I don't know. It's too. I said it's too emotional for me, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, it's like this. I've done martial arts for a very long time, and one thing I learned in martial arts, right, is that discipline is the order of the day. Okay, and being able to assess a situation and whether or not to actually use what you have, right, is your decision. But you've actually got to be smart enough, because then you have to think about, okay, well, am I going to I'm going to hurt this individual. This individual is going to be, you know, in a way, if I do certain things, is it worth it? What's the best option? And violence to me is always the last option. Violence is always the last option. Champa says, Sarah, can I ask you a question? Yeah, go for it. Tom says, Sarah, where were you yesterday? I was working, man. I was working in London yesterday. DLD reacts to Sarah, how do we keep the black community together? Education, understanding of self. I always take from the walls of Kemet, right, where it says, person, know thyself. I think if you don't know yourself, then you don't know where you're going. It's a cliche, it sounds like it, I know, but it's like, you don't know where you're going. If you don't know where you've been, you don't know where you're going. And it's like, you know, if you kind of know where you've been, you kind of know where you're going. And I think a lot of black people have forgotten where they're going, and they've kind of latched on to other things, and like I've said before, that keep them at the bottom of the social economic ladder. And it's like, I don't know about that, you know. I think we need to start understanding that we can actually make our way off the bottom, but it has to be done collectively. Has to be done collectively. Has to be done collectively. Silence. Family, I'm gonna be on for about 5 more minutes. About 5 more minutes. Bum bum bum. Hunter Girl 66. It's amazing how certain Muslims follow you around and insult you because they know you speak the truth. I mean, like I said, emotion. It's emotional. Because I've always said, if you don't like what's on the TV, you do know you can change the channel, right? I'm just saying, you know, if you don't like what's on the TV, there are a million channels for you to choose from. You don't like Sarah? Cool, you don't have to. Change the fucking channel. But here you are, talking again, and you don't like what I'm talking about. So it's like, yo, you're actually now choosing to be angry. This is your choice now. You're choosing to be upset. Like, you have a choice not to be upset, but you're choosing to be upset. I can't help you. And that's what I'm talking about. That's what I keep saying about this whole emotional type of thinking. It's like, now, Donald Trump comes on the TV. I switch channel. I turn it over. I don't want to hear what he's got to say anymore, okay? I've heard enough. I don't want to see his orange face and his friggin' comb over. I don't want to see it, okay? So then I just turn over and I'm all right. And I'm going with my day, right? I'm going with my day and everything's cool, everything's dandy. But no, I'm going to stay on the TV and I know Donald Trump's going to piss me off. I'm just watching like this and build myself up. It's like, why would I do that to myself? Do you know what I mean? It's like, I actually want to live a cool, happy life. Let me just change the channel and go and watch, you know, Walking Dead or some shit and like get, I don't know, feel a little bit scared, a little bit. Do you know what I mean? I don't mind that, but I'm not going to stay there watching some stuff that I don't like, you know? What weirdo does that? But hey, you know, people want to be offended nowadays, it seems. People actually want to be angry. So, you know, I can't do anything about those people. I really can't. Hunter Girl 66. This isn't Highland Spring. What did he say? He said that. Ultra Funky says, no, it's not Highland Spring. It's actually filtered water, my friend. It's just in my little water bottle. You know, don't worry. Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Raven Music says, I think it's harder for a white person to be against Islam because straight away you're called racist. I think so too, you know. I do think so that. I do think that. You know, it is harder. It is harder. I guess that's your burden to, you know, to carry, my friend. But I know it is harder. I know, you know. I guess black people that criticize Islam get called racist less. I guess they may get called, you know, some other names, but you know, I guess they get called that less. Oh, my Holland people are up in the building. She said, were you in the park yesterday, Sarah? No, I wasn't. I wasn't in the park yesterday. I wasn't there. I wasn't there. Bum. John Smith. Okay, whatever. I think that dude. We asked the DL support starting fights. Like I said, if anyone started the fight, I'm not for it. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know who started the fights. I saw some fights, I did, but sorry, I don't condone violence on either end. So, you know, that's just me. Grace P said, those are called upon languages. This isn't a religious place. Just letting you know, Grace P, you're cool, but this ain't a place for religion. You guys already know how I feel about religion. John McDermott, peace and love. Sarah, peace and love. Twin brother said, LL, you came to the park like a gangster. Context, my friend. Just go and watch the COE interview by Mohammed Taweed and watch my one. You'll get the context. You know what I mean? Like, throwing stuff out, like propaganda nowadays, it's very hard. It's very hard to push propaganda when you've got your own platform, you know, because you can speak for yourself. And so saying the same stuff over and over again without any context when the actual interview's there for people to, the individual interview is actually there for people to look at, your propaganda won't work, my friend. Fake news, exactly, fake news. I told people already, stop listening to what people say about people and go and see the people for yourself. Just like Martin Sellner. I can now have an opinion on Martin Sellner because I heard his speech. If I didn't hear his speech, I wouldn't have an opinion, okay? I may not like the speech, and the speech was definitely suspect to me, but, you know, he had a right to do it. So, you know, and now I have a right to critique it, and now I have a right, I could write another speech. It's just that's the world of free speech. And then you galvanize people who think, you know, you are right. They galvanize people that think you are right. And then you have opposing opinions. Parliaments are born out of it. Democracy is born out of it and all that kind of stuff. So that's the world we live in. Do you know what I mean? Like, there is no shut down the freedom of speech. Don't care. Like, there's no, that's it. That's it. You know, I don't try to, there's a lot of stuff I don't like being said about me. I'm not trying to shut it down. Right, but I can shut it down by rebutting it, but I'm not going to say don't ever allow that person to speak. Let them speak, because most of the time when people speak, you give them enough rope to hang themselves with. Do you know what I'm saying? So a lot of the time when people speak, they just hang themselves anyway, you know, because they talk nonsense. So it's like, all right, no, give him a platform to speak, you know? I want to hear what he's got to say. And then after the whole conversation, he's like, you know, you were talking nonsense, right? And it's like, well, you hung yourself, bro. So give people the chance to speak, you know, let them hang themselves. Family, I think that's it. I think that's actually it. We're at the 44-minute mark. I was going to do 45 minutes. And we're out of here, man. We're out of here. So, you know, as we always do, everyone that knows me, we open the Chronicles of Sarah Garvey. Okay, and we go to the last verse of the last chapter, which is ironically, you know, the first chapter and the first verse. And it goes, peace, family, peace.